Hey guys, it's Kyle. It is Friday night, and I got off work a little while ago. Sorry it's dark out here, but I like making some videos outside. It's really cold, it's kind of chilly, but I kind of like making some videos outside, just in case anybody's like in the neighborhood is outside listening and kind of, knows that I'm being kind of targeted but doesn't know why. Also, I just kind of like being outside. It's a little bit less painful than being in a house surrounded by people shooting ground weapons at you. And I'm going to do a third part to remote neural monitoring. Those videos have been really popular, and we really went in depth into them. My friend Jeff, his article that I read, and then, my discussions about it. I don't want to do a whole thing on remote neural monitoring tonight because I really got to think, and I'm tired after a day of work. I kind of just want to ramble. But I want to keep making videos because the YouTube channel is getting great numbers because of y'all, great comments, people are talking. I've been on conference calls this week. My friend Mike in New York runs them. They're bigger conference calls, and they had these ladies on, like, he's working from a certain angle trying to research how to prove this stuff, how to get equipment set up so we can get a bunch of equipment set up in each state, to kind of pick up the signals and be able to prove this stuff. They had some great ideas. These ladies on the call had some great ideas, like bumper stickers saying SOS with the telephone number that targeted individuals can call for immediate help and assistance. I'm going to put that in the comments. I forgot it. It's a 1-800 number, but you can also call Freedom from Covert Harassment. You can call a number for them too. I'm going to start putting up a lot more information in my comments box so that y'all will have, and like when the conference calls take place, because I'm sure I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to talk to Mike about like putting that on my YouTube channel so we can get more people in those conference calls. We keep getting new people, especially in New York, San Antonio, I think, or no, it was Arizona. So a woman was from Arizona and other places. The conference calls, I have to tell you guys, it's one of the best things you can do. I'm going to put my hoodie on. I know y'all can't even see me. It's like totally dark, so I don't know if you'll want to watch this video without being able to see my cute little face. But the conference calls really, like, this week has been real bad. And I've been really saying some nasty things to my attackers because they've been really hurting me. He's got the black car guy, another person staying with him with extra weapons and extra, support from him. I think extra experience because I think that guy has done it more than my organizer. So he's adding his expertise on where to hit and how to do this stuff. But the conference calls, like, it really just made me start thinking about, like, different ways to get the information out or research this, or, it got my mind off of just focusing on my attackers and focusing on kind of the big picture. And like, I've said that, that we need to not focus on just our attackers. I mean, you have to because they're attacking you, so you got to defend. And then also, look at the big picture too. Conference calls, just talking to other target individuals. Like, I'm going to try and answer all y'all's emails. I get a lot. I only get support on my videos, and it rocks my world. Y'all rock my world. You inspire me. Other testimonials inspire me. This guy Mike inspires me. This guy Jeff inspires me. The people on these conference calls, they inspire me by their bravery. I'm inspired. What you put out, I guess, is what you get back. I think that's true, except in the case of gang stalking, because a lot of us, we haven't done anything, and we're getting something really like the worst that a human being can get. But I'm gonna start putting, like, I'm gonna talk to Mike and see if he'll let me put the numbers up for the conference call. There's big conference calls with Freedom from Covert Harassment, that big organization, and OSI. I'm going to start listing all those so you guys can know what times and what numbers to call, and I can too. I can remember them. I'll write them down. And those calls, they really just make you feel connected. These are just regular people, and they're great thinkers. They're thinking of ways to stop this. There are people coming from so many angles. I want to just give y'all hope tonight that there are people thinking about this and getting information out, and it's not going to be much longer. And I know this is hell on earth, but it's going to end soon. It's going to end soon. The more information we get out, the more research we do into it, the shorter it's going to be. And, I feel like that we don't even have to have this great plan that comes to fruition. I think if we have something that looks like it's going to work, that these people who are actually perpetrating it at a higher level will jump in front of the train and stop it, get their scapegoats out, but actually stop the program, point the finger at whoever they need to blame and stop the program, because that's kind of how they work. But I had so much hope after that call, just listening to these smart ladies and my friend Mike, he's planning all this stuff, and there are people in my city and my state who I need to talk to, because I'm right by a bunch of targeted individuals who I need to get in contact with, and we need to start having local get-togethers and stuff like that. And we did talk about like how even on this conference call there were people butting in, and I think they could have been stalkers, they could have just been people making fun of us, but they were doing it on the kind of the chat text, kind of making fun of what we were doing. And it's like, I don't know, it's so easy with those people, because like I had some comments that was like, "Oh, Kyle, we know where you are," and blah blah blah, and I pointed them out. I didn't care, because I want discourse. I want the people who are attacking me. I want people who are making fun of it. I want people who believe in me. I want people who know nothing about it. I want everybody to come in on my page and make comments. Discourse solves things. Discourse and, looking at something from all the angles and studying it and arguing about it, or not arguing about it, but, talking about it, 2 points of views. And we all have different points of views about what's going on. And that's, that'll always be the same. I kind of want y'all to see my pretty face. It's not that pretty. I mean, they've been microwaving it. Like in the morning is the roughest. Like I got my enclosure so padded up, and all my defenses, that I kind of get a good night's sleep. I wake up sore with a headache, but it's not as bad as it used to be. But then it's like when on the drive to work, they really go for my jaws and like my eyes. So when I get to work, sometimes like I'll be talking to my manager and it's just like I feel stiff in my face. They try and go after your face so you look crazy. That's the whole point. They want to hurt you so much that you look crazy. But I've been doing good. I've been keeping my job, and at one point I was like, man, I shouldn't even have this job. I can't fight these people when I'm like actually, delivering stuff and I'm doing my job. But having a job is fighting them, because what I've been able to do, and I'll tell y'all what I've been doing that has worked really good, and I don't know if everybody can do it. I started off having a 401k at the last place that I worked, which was a good 401k. I bought some technology that really buffers this stuff. It sends out scalar waves. It sends out solfeggio waves. It has technology that basically puts out fields and uses your walls as fields against this stuff. It sends out certain stuff, but you gotta keep it there for like 3 weeks or whatever. I bought personal defenders from Q-Wave, tabletop defenders from Q-Wave, the plugs. At first, this stuff would totally knock it out. As this guy has built his arsenal and gotten people to help him, it's gotten a little bit harder. But the job, what I can do is like every once in a while, I can go ahead and spend, the $500 to buy a tabletop defender, and I have that job, so I've got a steady stream. So I get the tabletop defender, and it makes it easy. It buffers it so I can have an easier time at work. And now I've got that job where it's like I know everything, and pretty much everything I do it on instinct. It's like I don't even have to think about it. So I had to push through it for pretty much a month and a half, 2 months. But after that, it's second nature, and then you can deal a little bit more with whatever, and you have money to fight these people or get technology to do so. It has been proven to me, because this guy has very strong equipment. He has very strong ELF, EHF, remote neural monitoring. He's got an arsenal in his house. He's not worried about getting caught, so he's building up an arsenal. And he's got people on the other side helping him, and he's got a lot of people who are helping him. And that's kind of weird. It's weird that there'd be people to help somebody kill somebody in their home, but he's ex-military, so they I guess look up to him. They say, well, whatever you say, because you're ex-military, so if this guy's bad or good, and it gets confused like that. But I've really been able to, and this is very powerful stolen military equipment, frequencies that burn people and burn their organs. So the Q-wave stuff does work. It's just not powerful enough. It's not powerful enough if these guys are trying to build up the frequency and get through it. And it actually is, to a certain point, if you get enough of it. But I'll tell y'all, right now I've got 8 tabletop defenders. Like almost all the plugs in my house are filled with Altera plugs. And I've got 4 personal defenders on me, which work great. They do work, because I'll tell you why they work, because sometimes one of my personal defenders the battery will run out, and you got to recharge them. You just got to recharge them in the wall, and I won't know it. I won't know that it is run out of battery, because I don't check them all the time. Now I've started to kind of check them more frequently to make sure that they're not going out, but sometimes they'll go out and I won't know it, and these guys they do hit me in the genitals a lot, in the chest. And that will become a lot stronger just from nowhere, and I'm like, what are they doing? Did they get something new, or did they add something? And then I check it out, and it's something that my personal defender is turned off. So I go recharge it, I put it back on, and it's a lot better. So these technologies do work. The defense does work, but we were on the conference call. My friend Mike in New York has a good point that a lot of people don't have the money to spend on these really expensive products, and he said that for some people it doesn't work. Just for me it works. The only thing is, it does take time to build up. It takes 3 weeks for these tabletop defenders to build a field of 100 feet in every direction. You put them there, and it takes 3 weeks for them to build up. So if these guys are moving around their stuff, moving it away, it's hard to keep up with that. But it does work. I would be in a lot more pain right now. As a matter of fact, I'm doing pretty good tonight, because of those products. And I'm not like an advertiser for Q-Wave. I'm saying that is a key, There are so many avenues to go in this. There's so many avenues. Information, getting out information, talking to authorities, so that we have enough recorded, and that's pushback. But also the technology is good enough to buffer it. It does affect it. So, if it does affect it, and maybe it just doesn't do it good enough, and I don't know how many years it'll take, we'll be able to have something of the strength, like 50 times. The tabletop defender is 50 times more powerful than a personal defender. We'll have the technology to squeeze that down into something that is powerful enough where these people won't be able to hit you with anything. You can have a field around you, and they can shoot you with a satellite or from a cell phone or from a tower, because it's like a cell phone signal. That's the way it travels. It's a microwave signal, but it travels like a cell phone signal or an internet signal. So it can be done from a tower or a satellite. It travels that way. But I just think there's so many avenues. The information, getting it out. There's spiritual avenues. There's talking to authority figures. Technological avenues, which Mike's working on a lot of stuff. My friend in New York. He's working on a big initiative to, get certain things to record and pick up evidence of this stuff all around the United States and maybe even the world. I got to talk to him about that more, and I'm definitely going to help him with that. He's a real smart guy. Like, the ladies had a bunch of good ideas about, protests, but doing kind of just walkathons where you have protest signs, so it's not a protest. You don't have to get a license for it because you're just doing a walkathon. Everybody carries a sign. These ladies are really smart. I mean, they were thinking outside of the box. They have a helpline, and they get 10 calls a day. From target individuals, about 10 calls a day each, and then they said something like 30 to 40 new target individuals every week. I think that was the number they gave. I'm pretty sure. So there's a lot of people being targeted. It's blowing up, and that's, it's bad that a lot of people are being targeted, but it's good on a level of getting information out and people knowing that it's happening. Especially people who would participate in it and don't know how deadly and violent it is to Americans. It's kind of good. I mean, I don't want to say it's good that more people are being targeted, but it'll help to end it. It'll become so big and too much, and people will start seeing the kind of damage it's going to create, because this can't create anything good. I mean, it just can't. There's, like, I was thinking about that today. Like, even if people are getting money or whatever, it's going to hurt our society. That money's not going to be worth anything. Like, it really only hurts. It only hurts our society. It only hurts families. It doesn't help anybody. Like, it doesn't help anybody. I guess except people who like murder and harassment and rape. I guess it helps them to get a little bit of money and enjoy themselves. I don't quite understand that. I don't quite get that or understand it at all. But yeah, I just wanted to make a video basically because I just want to put a video out. And it's Friday night. What else is going on? I got through the work week. I'm doing good. That conference call really helped to, like, bring me together. Like, I was just, like, listening to all these people who are going through the same thing as me. And I said something like, my attackers, he's always saying, we got to get this guy out of here. We got to get this fucking guy out of here. And, it didn't work for me. I went 14 hours away, and he was still remotely hitting me. He remotely hit me in the chest on the plane and 14 hours away where I was staying. But the one of the ladies was like, that's exactly what they say to me. They're like, she's like, that's exactly what they say to me. So these people are using pretty much scripted hatred. It's actually, handbook hatred of their neighbors and handbook psychological torture. And Mike used a phrase that I don't know if I use it a lot, but it's, trauma-based mind control, which is like, constantly keeping the trauma going, constantly, harassing somebody so that it does control. It kind of controls, like, your guilt or your feelings. You feel depressed, so that trauma-based mind control. And I'm not talking about, like, remote neural monitoring, like, affecting your emotions or anything, but I'm talking about, like, keeping you in a state of agitation or harassment or pain. So it's like trauma-based, torture-based, psychological-based mind control. I'm just trying to think. Man, it was just great getting on that conference call, and I'm going to put a lot of numbers up. I did make a video. I made a video about, like, if you're having trouble uploading your videos. I haven't put it out yet because I went in safe mode. This was my idea, and it worked for a second. I was at my parents'. I put it in safe mode. And I was able to upload videos on YouTube, like, in split seconds. I mean, it was 5 minutes for each of them, and they were long, hour-long videos. And I made that video. I was like, I found a way, and they can't get into that. But then, like, the day after, now I go into safe mode, and I can't open up any internet windows. So they kind of got through that. The guy in the black car is definitely helping him hack into my stuff a lot better. But I did, like, every computer except a computer that my mom had, which is a not a new computer she has, but one that I haven't used in a while. I was able to get on it and download last night, and it was the only one. I couldn't use my computer, couldn't use the one I usually used at her house, because that had been, like, it'll just freeze up. What it'll do is it'll go to 5% loading, then it'll go back to 1%, and then I'll see the load, kind of the load line on the bottom, just fill up with green, and just, like, it malfunctions. So they're able to, I just think they have some pals, like, actually, with like the internet company. They got some pals with the internet company who can kind of break in. I don't think it's just this guy. They have so many people to help them. And that's the thing that really kills us, is they just keep, we can't get help, and they stay in one. If we stay in one place, they can just get tons of people to join in. They got people. They probably got locksmiths, whatever, people with the internet company, with the electric company, their buddies and stuff like that. It's just, you just have to have one. You just have to have like one or two people with AT&T who are gang stalkers that know a lot about hacking into people's computers or hacking into lines, and you got it. Let's see, what else? Okay, so I've talked about them breaking into my house and how I thought maybe it was happening. It's definitely happening. They started unplugging the speaker, so I made a mental note about the unplugging of it, and the next day it was unplugged, because I plugged it in. I made a mental note, this is plugged in. Then I came home and it was unplugged. This morning I woke up and my front door was completely unlocked, which I had locked it at night. So they unlocked the door in the middle of the night, and they are they're actually messing with my work van. They mess with my car and they mess with my work van. So it's really crazy, because it's like I do have kind of a medical job, like, and so this guy's really breaking a lot of laws. He's like hacking into my work computer. Like, he'll put on the text screen whenever I put it in my pocket, and I don't know if that's just to psych me out, or I don't know if they're doing something behind that text screen that he doesn't want me to see. I don't know. I don't know what they do when they hack into stuff, put viruses in it, or just kind of so they can see exactly what you're doing all the time. But it has like medical information on my business phone. So it's really hella illegal, like hella illegal. I mean, everything he's doing is so illegal. Like, when he wakes up, or he doesn't, I don't know. I mean, they take turns sleeping, I think, especially since the black car guy's been here. So when he gets up and starts working, he just does illegal things, just does evil things. I mean, that's his whole day. And it's pretty depressing, because I know I'm like, oh, what's he going to do today? But it's not that bad right now, so I guess I'll just enjoy it. I don't know, enjoy it while it lasts. I guess I'm gonna have to move out of this house. It's giving me a lot of good information, because I'm very sure, like, I am a million trillion % sure that my stalkers and people that are hitting me remotely are right next to me in these houses. I know that a lot of people, they try and make it sound like they'll hit you remotely, and they'll make it sound like your neighbor's doing it, and kind of try and trick you or whatever. But mine, I'm definitely sure of it. I've seen him in the window with one of the ground microwave weapons with the square fronts, and I heard him talking in the backyard about it. The suspicious activity is just unquestionable. The black car came in, and he had his wife's car, and in the black car in the driveway. Black car had no license plate for like 2 weeks. Then it got a Louisiana or my state's license plate on it. Now they have decided to just put the black car and my stalker's, my main organizer stalker's truck in the driveway, and his wife's car is not there anymore. I guess they feel like having just two cars there, no matter whose they are, is less suspicious. But it's really ridiculous. It's all the time, as y'all know. It's 24/7. I handle it pretty good. Like, I'm pretty proud of myself, actually, and you should be too. Like, all y'all should be proud. If you're going through life, you're trying to do the right thing, if you're surviving, feel proud of yourself. I would say try and get a job. It's so, I don't know. If you can get Social Security pretty easy, go ahead and do that, so you can get a little bit of money to defend yourself. I kind of had to hoss it, and I do. I'm lucky. God's gifted me to where I'd go in and I'd be like all night. They'd be burning me basically. So I'd get up and I had a headache and just my face is stiff. And it's like because they've been torturing me at night. But God's blessed me with a good sense of humor. And that's the only way that I lie in life. Like if I'm not feeling good or something, I don't hold it in or something. I make jokes to kind of defend, and that's the only lies I tell is my humor. And God gave me that gift to kind of get through some of this, and I believe He's so with all of us in this. And I was trying to think, just drinking a big glass of wine Friday night. What else can I tell y'all about what's going on with me? Got those conference calls. I just got off there. My brain was just going in a good way. It was like, what, these people are, they're thinking of ways. They're grouping up, it's great. And I think the level of I think people do get worried about infiltration and, stalkers messing up things that we could put together, but I think it'd be so small. I think it'd be maybe not enough people that we would have so many people there that it wouldn't really affect our group or what we're doing. And you can't if somebody does do something like that, just point it out real quick. Be like, it's kind of weird. Don't care about it. Blow it off. These people who did comments on my YouTube channel, some people think that I was making the comments, and I guess I don't know. I wasn't, but that's whatever. I just directed people's attention to them, and I was like, man, that's great. Whatever. If they want to come on here and make sleazy comments, that's fine. It shows the process. It shows the type of people. Use everything. Don't anything they do. Use it and get the information out. Look at it as a kind of a sad waste of life of what they're doing, and then use it to put it out as information or to show people. Don't waste time. The thing for me is when people do stuff like that to me, lame gang stalking stuff that's not violence, that's not actually directed energy weapons. It's so lame, and I don't get mad at it. I just use it. I'm like, okay, well, that's more information to tell everybody. The thing that I do get mad at is the directed energy weapons. They really hurt, and so I do react to those. And the V2K is very annoying. And it was so horrible. My dad came over because we had an electrician coming over. I'm gonna go inside because it's kind of cold. But we had an electrician coming over, and so my dad came over. And usually in the morning, I will say a couple of things to him. Just I can't believe you guys are still doing this and all this stuff. But my dad came over. He came in the door, and he didn't hear me or anything because I heard him. But when he came in and he was walking around the house, they lit up. The V2K lit up. They were yelling at me and using the V2K because they knew I couldn't respond. They knew my dad was in here and that my hands were tied and I couldn't say anything back. That's what these guys love. When you're tied down, when you've got something to do that's important, when your hands are tied and you can't deal with them, that's when they're going to hit you, because they're cowards. That's how cowards work. I don't know how else to explain it, and I know these guys, they're totally insulted. They're going to try and hit me hard tonight or whatever, like the last 3 years at this house. But that's when they hit you hard. So when you're dealing with something, or you're working, or you're trying to concentrate. I guess that's about it. This is only a 30-minute video. It's Friday night, so I'm going to kind of relax and hang out. I'm going to do a part 3 for remote neural monitoring. You guys leave comments, send me emails, vulcanwolverine@gmail.com. And even if this guy goes into my mom's computer, the one that I was using, I'll find another computer to upload my videos, because I really do. I want to just keep putting out videos. It's getting you guys there, and then I'm talking with other, targeted individuals who are giving me information about conference calls, so it's a great place to put out information if y'all are watching my videos. It's a great place for everybody to comment. I hope I'm inspiring people to do testimonials, just like everybody else who does testimonials is inspiring people. Information, just keep putting out the information, and I'm going to talk to the people putting out information in different ways to try and kind of to correspond and put those things together. I mean, we can do this. We can do this, and it will be, information that really keeps normal people's eyes out for this, so they can see it, because it's very blatant. People do it out in the streets, with the vehicular harassment. People get involved, but they're told different stories. So we need to get everybody knowing how horrifying it is and what an atrocity it is, because that's hidden from the people, from a lot of people who participate in the vehicular stuff. They think they're just patrolling or helping out. And so we got to really spread the word so they can't get as many people to come and participate in, in the harassment and the killing of American citizens and people all around the world. Alright guys, I'm going to end it. I have got to go to the bathroom. Talked about remote neural monitoring and these people being able to control your body functions just by shooting a little microwave and hitting your vagus nerve. It's kind of what this feels like right about now. Not sure about that. But alright guys, I'll see y'all in the next one, definitely. I love y'all. Live long and prosper. Leonard Nimoy died today, so say a prayer for his family, and I hope he lives long and prospers wherever he's going next. Alright guys, good night.